Interior Poland presents commissary. Morning. Rice bowl, bolted tea, plastic basket, the deadly camouflage of system that eats people slowly. Wang Lia rings a pudding's breakfast without looking in. Wang Lia saying, "You did not sign the camera paper." Pudding say, "Good morning." Wang Lia saying, "My father is having a bad one." He slid the receipt across the counter. On the back, in her small, neat handwriting, second version, print 0718 hours, duty office printer. Pudding does not pick it up right away. Pudding saying, "What are you telling me?" Wang Lia saying, "I'm not telling you. I'm wasting receipt paper." Zhang Jiahao appears in behind that he's not huddling herself with 2 instant coffee and too much chew. Zhang Jiahao saying, "Office Zhang, recalls want you." Wang Lia drops a straw beside the receipts covering her writing. Wang Lia saying, "Do not forget your trash." Pudding takes the receipt with the straw. Zhang watches his hands. Pudding's hands not explain themselves. In stereo, do not present to the office morning. A correct camera outage acknowledgements waits in the middle of the desk. Pudding's names and radius typed under the receipt one. Receipt by. Long stand beside the printer, client helpful. Long saying, administrative cleanup. Sign and we are finished. Pudding read the pages, cam trees, other gains, single loss, 2140 hours to 21 to 48 hours. Receipt by the Zhang Pudding. 2136. Pudding says, "I received camera outage before the camera went out." Long says, "The phone recorded notification not weather." Pudding said, "Then the phone is wrong." In the office in the room find the paperwork to wash it. Long saying, "Wrong phone or fixed by signaling the fixed phone." Pudding placed his pen on the table, parallel to the paper, not touching. Pudding said, "I can write the instruction note." Long said, "This is not an aviation lesson." Pudding said, "No, aviations that investigate kill you fast." Long's face doesn't change, which is how the run learns he hears. Pudding writes in the margins instead of the signature box, unable to acknowledge his pre-noticed, not to observe it before events. He dated. Initiate, leave the signature line empty. Long saying, "You are making this longer." Pudding saying, "No, I'm keeping the same size." Exterior Durham Prison, parking lot, late afternoon. Shape changing legs out of the building in the Tiger Road. Malimud stands by his scooter, helming from one hand. Pudding hands in the receipt from the commissary. The writing still there. Malimud saying, "Wang Lia gave you this?" Pudding says she wastes paper. Malimud say, "Good girl." Terrible survival instincts. We don't write with the conventional story back and the face they say she has been smiling at the wrong people all day. We don't say, "To the office printer, 718, guess who was signed?" He produced a photocopy, not stones, barely rescue, printer crew, / user, Liao, administrating, jobbed, chemistry, reverse 2. Pudding saying, "Liao is the hinge." Marmot saying, "Liao is the one crew in the hinge." Vina said, "Please, let's not find the whole door today." Across the lot, Wang Lia exists alone. She sings, then seeing her and keeps waiting. Long peeks at the entrance behind her. He does not go out. He only watches who looks back. Pudding does not. Interior Esquire School radio room events. Evening. The radio trainer has a laminated phrase card taped to the tusk. Pudding wears the hexane like this, attached to a cordon center. Peggy saying, read once, then stop reading. Pudding saying, Faldron Tower, training 321 Alpha at the school drums, ready to text. He tension on the road. Peggy saying, again, there's apology. Pudding saying, Faldron Tower, trainer 321 Alpha, school drums, ready to text, runway 04. Peggy saying, better. Pudding saying, it sounds fake. Peggy saying, everything sounds fake until it works. He takes the phrase card away. Pudding says, that was my aircraft. Peggy says, no, that was your hiding place. It has a cable razor between ends. Peggy does not soften it. Peggy says, procedure kept my hand moving. Pudding stopped moving. Pudding says, did it work? Peggy said, it landed the airplane. Then it didn't land me. That is the most she say about the accident without making it into the weather. Pudding put the headset back on. Pudding say again. Interior student prisons administrate copy run night. The copy run is too bright and too small for the hamper of lights it has produced. They are clicked with the temperature measure assessed to feed the phones into the scanner. Pudding entered with the stack of the instant blanks. They'll say, different there. Pudding saying, Disney numbering before the duty handoff. They'll reach for the stamps, the monitor waits. For awake half a second, one draw history. Pudding sings enough. Camera tray act reverse, created by Long C, printed 071 errors. They are administrated. He does not write it down there. He stack his blank neatly and take one step back. They'll say, you people make simple things painful. Pudding says simple things usually survive being read. They'll look at the copy machine comes between them. One-sided glass don't pass once without stepping. Pudding understand too late that there was never long. Exterior Dulan prison, inner gate, night. Pudding zigs the measuring block into wings, long waist, near the inner gate where the camera can see shift but not hear her voice. Long, you're not, you're diligent. Pudding said on night paper. Long saying, you are on the runway, you do not understand. Pudding stopped before her gate line. Long saying, some men start early because they are disprincipled. Some start early because they are afraid. For this light does not care what I stop. The Long stopped him. Long saying, you had been tough and courage. Pudding said, no expensive caution. As God opened the gates, Long stepped through the first. Long saying, after the lights, officer then, caution because I evidence against you. He leaves Pudding with that. The gate remains one moment too long. Pudding does not cross until the God tells him to. Interior Pudding's room, late night. 2 notebooks, 1 receipt, 1 printer, Q copy, no photographic. Pudding writes from memory, from the slave, and still the order. Reserved second, created by Long C, printed by the now mistress, 071 hours. He dropped another line. Before refuse fails notice, after fine creator, not printer. His phone lights with tomorrow flight school schedule. Peggy saying radio fine, text if voice works. He taps, Pudding saying voice works ugly. 2 docs appear, disappear. Peggy saying ugly is acceptable. Pudding almost smiled. He said along 0400 hours. A notebook that open, the receipt is folded inside the flying menu like a contraband. Exterior X1 school room pre-dawn. Send trainer, send red light small wings. Pudding stand by the open door with her headset already around his neck. Peggy writes 2 coffee and a checklist. Peggy says voice of first. Pudding knocks toward the aircraft. Pudding says before text. Peggy says before text. They claim it. Engine start, got giggle lines, brake checks. Peggy hands in a microphone switch. He does not read from paper. Pudding says phone in tower. Trainer 321 Alpha School ramped ready to text. Runway 04. Statics. A voice answers distant and ordinary. Trainer 321 Alpha takes to the holding points runway 04 via Alpha. Pudding freezes at the backwards rebacks. Pudding does not fit in the lines. He breaks once. Pudding says, text to holding point to the runway 04 via Alpha. 321 real Alpha. A radio check quiet. The permission exists now. Only this back. China Bing to Bing Paul water line. Oh my gosh.